Here I am again, floating through the silence in my cold skin. My body is wearing thin. My fears tell me I'll never win. My body is wearing thin.
Episode 21 of Origin PC Live. Let's do it. Hey guys, welcome to episode 21 of Origin PC Live. My name is Alexis Roselle, community leader at Origin PC.
I'm Kevin Washchaleski, CEO, co-founder of Origin PC.
Here's a quick recap for the new viewers of Origin PC Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in gaming and geek news, what we're up to in gaming, and we chatted up with a special guest. This week's special guest is our good friend Zachary Witten from St. Jude, who we will chat with later on the show. You can interact with us throughout the show by posting in chat or making comments. We'll be watching for your feedback and responses. We made a couple tweets to the show, including some new segments, so stay tuned for those. We'll also be announcing the winner of the Star Wars GPU giveaway later on in the show. Kevin, what was last week's Post of the Week?
Last week's topic for Post of the Week was, you're on the naughty list. What's the worst gaming-related product you would get for the holidays? And keep it PG. Examples include an infrared wireless mouse and keyboard, a controller with no buttons or pads, or I was saying earlier, a wired controller. Ew. A PC game box that's just a box with no discs or download codes. What a tease. Thanks for joining everybody on Mixer, everybody on Facebook, and everybody on Twitch.
Let's kick off the show. Oh, that was fast? Okay. Something happened with the intro there. Sorry about that. Today's first story is about an interesting job posting made by Blizzard. On their career site, they have a job listing for a senior software engineer that will be focusing on making vehicles in a first-person engine. To qualify, you have to be experienced in vehicle handling, body physics, and dynamic forces. Of note, this is for an unannounced project. Fans were quick to pick up on this job listing and are now speculating on what this project could be. Could be Overwatch related or something else, who knows? Kevin, what do you think about this vehicle-focused position and potentially being Overwatch related?
Who is this Blizzard you're speaking of?
Some little company.
What is this Overwatch? This sounds super cool. I hope it's not. I don't know about you, but I hope it's not Overwatch. I hope it's something brand new. And I can't wait to see what Blizzard's working on. They're always high quality, whatever they do.
Yep, I mean, they knocked it out of the park with Overwatch. Everyone was kind of either on board or off board. They're like, maybe they won't do so well, but I knew it. Anything, like you said, anything they touch is gold. If it's a new IP, that'll be awesome. I'm just as excited about that as you are. I think that would be way better than adding vehicles to Overwatch. I don't think vehicles in Overwatch really fit unless they do like a completely different game mode. But I think a brand new IP with some sort of driving mechanic would be really, really cool. Really
it's a first-person shooter with vehicles. That's all we know, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
A first-person vehicle driving is all the job posting said.
Okay. Yeah, because what if it's something like Rocket League?
Rocket League, right, in first person. That would be interesting.
They could be trying to throw us off with that first-person thing.
Could be. I'm excited either way. I know that whatever they bring to the table is going to be pretty badass.
Eventually when it comes out.
Right, exactly. What's next?
Gaming news story number 2. Eidos Montreal, developers of Deus Ex, have put out a blog post discussing future development plans and their mission as a studio. Guess what? They said in these plans, they stated they will be focusing more on online experiences. Oh, go figure. Eidos Montreal is known for their work on Deus Ex, also Thief, and also Tomb Raider, all of which are single-player experiences without major online components. So it's not known what project they're working on. They're also working on the Avengers project. We don't know if that's related, but it's very interesting. What do you think about this, Alexis?
I think it's pretty neat. I love all the Eidos games. I'm a big fan of Deus Ex. Whenever a single-player company like this tries to put out something online, it doesn't always hit. I just hope that they have a very experienced online team that they bring on, maybe from another IP. That would be the way to make it really successful. But if they try to put in too many single-player elements into an online game, it might be too much of a cluster. It might not work out. I'm skeptical, as I am with most things, but hopefully it's going to be good. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. What about you? What do you think?
Interesting. I'm not skeptical, but I'm hopeful that they do something cool. But at this point, there's really no information. So,
yeah. What do you think of the chances? Yeah. What do you think of the chances it would be an Avengers project that would be online?
Pretty good. Yeah. I think the chances are pretty good. Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool. If it's kind of like the Avengers, like you pick an Avengers character and you fight through worlds together. Each one plays a different Avengers character or something like that.
Yeah, like Left 4 Dead, but Avengers or something like that.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be cool.
I'm on for that.
I'm on board for that too. All right, up next, for some Origin PC news, PC Mag reviewed our small form factor, the Kronos, and did a stream showing off its internals and their thoughts on it. Here's what they had to say. Origin PC's Kronos desktop has come in a variety of forms over the years, but the appeal of the 2017 model is very straightforward. It's small, professionally built, and packed with high-end power. Thank you. Kevin, what do you think about this review and the PC Mag stream? I know you were watching it.
Oh, it was really cool. Yeah, I was able to luckily tune in for the live stream. It was called their One Cool Thing, which PC Mag streams. So go to their PC Mag Facebook's page and you can check out the stream now, even though it's already over. Video on demand. And it's really cool. They talk about the Kronos. They go into detail. They answer questions. They talk about the Miami Vice look of it. So they like the way it looked. Talk about the magnetic feet. They talk about the performance, the benchmarks. And it was very positive. They, thank those guys for giving us the exposure and liking the product, and it was really, really cool to see.
Yep, I thought that was very, very awesome. I love the show that they do. We've been on it a few times already, so it was nice to see it on again.
Yeah, I think our Kronos might have been on there before. Yep. If not, our laptops have been on there. Our Neuron has been on there, so it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, what's cool and that they do that a lot of other live shows do is they open it up, they show the internals off. I thought it was very, very neat. I like the whole layout of the show, too. I think it's really cool, so you guys should definitely follow them. They have a bunch of great PC-related information on there.
And they
definitely check them out.
And they basically just keep streaming until they're out of questions. So they take a lot of questions from the audience.
They do.
And then once they feel like
question.
Yeah. Once they feel like they've covered everything and they've answered all questions, then they end the stream. So it's pretty cool to see all the different questions that happen.
Up next we got some Geek news from actually one of your friends.
Geek news from our friends in Florida. Kicking off our Geek news is the reveal of Magic Leap's first mixed reality headset. They finally revealed it. It's called the Magic Leap 1. The Florida-based secretive startup, they're about an hour north of us, FYI. They unveiled their first consumer/developer edition of the Magic Leap 1. It's composed of the Lightwear, the Light Pack, and the Control. Those are the three key components of the Magic Leap 1. Unlike VR and unlike AR, Magic Leap uses digital light field technology. Basically, it uses digital light in different depths to create digital objects that appeal very realistic. I have not tried it myself. I'm dying to get a demo. If you guys are watching, hook me up. But I have some contacts there, and they keep telling me, not yet, but soon you'll come up and check it out. So, but from what I've heard from other people that have seen it, it's literally the most crazy thing they've ever seen in the VR AR space, and that you really cannot actually tell that it's fake. It looks completely real. Their website goes into more in depth about the product, as well. There's a really good Glixel article that came out earlier this week. The Magic Leap 1 edition will be available early next year, but no prices have been announced. Alexis, what do you think?
Pretty awesome. I've been super excited about what Magic Leap's coming up with. I'm hearing all the same things you are. It's completely different than the other AR you've seen. It's so realistic looking. The design for the glasses look a little bit funky, but it's cool. It's different. It's not like anything we've seen before. Besides, you're just going to be wearing it at home. It's not like something you're going to be wearing out on the streets anyways. But it looks pretty cool. I'm also just as excited to try it out myself. One unique thing that I've heard, so I guess the other AR stuff out there kind of has like a low range, but supposedly Magic Leap's is like a very broad range, so it really makes it super immersive. Like you said, the graphics are crazy, so I'm excited to see what they come up with. I think AR, to me, is something I'm even more excited about than VR, just because it blends the real world with video games, and I think that's such a cool feature.
Yeah, I like VR because it takes you to a whole other place and you leave this world. But Magic Leap is cool because you can stay on this world and see some things in addition to what you're normally seeing. What you mentioned is correct. The view, the amount of space you can view and see things is bigger than HoloLens. However, it is limited. It's not your entire whatever you can see. It's like a rectangle within your vision. But I heard it's still amazing and you can't even tell that it's fake.
What I think would be really cool with AR is bringing game nights together, where everyone has the AR glasses and you're playing kind of a game on the table where it's like all 3D and animated, or it's like a Minecraft game where you're all building something together. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm super excited about AR.
Yep.
So now for our final Geek News story. It's about the return of Dungeons & Dragons movie. Paramount announced that the movie was back in development with a release date of July 23rd, 2021. While this might not be the first D&D movie to be released, it would be the first D&D movie in over 20 years. This joins Settlers of Catan as another tabletop property heading to a theater near you. Kevin, any thoughts on a D&D movie in development?
First of all, I am terribly disappointed in the release date. July 23rd, 2021. They should have done July 19, 2021. Would have been perfect. Or July 20th. But either way, I don't know. I'm interested. Whenever a movie's coming out, I'm one of the people that says if I'm in 100%, I'm not watching trailers. Right. I'm going to go in, just go straight in. Or if I'm on the fence, then I'll wait for Rotten Tomatoes, and if it has good reviews, I'll check it out. If not, I'll pass. So this one, I'm on the fence. I will wait. I'll check out the reviews. If it has good reviews, I'm all in. If not, I'll skip it.
Yeah. I haven't been a big fan of the past D&D movies. I guess my expectations are too high. But hopefully this one's good. I guess I gotta see the cast that they pick, who's directing. I do love watching trailers. I'm not like you in that aspect. I love watching and preparing myself for the movie. So I'm definitely going to be all over that, just seeing what they come out with. Hopefully it's good. I have high hopes.
So when you check out the trailers, don't give me any information, but you can tell me trailer good, trailer bad.
Yeah. Tell you it looks phenomenal or it looks like poop.
But if it would have come out on 7/19/2021,
I know that. Awesome. 19, 20, 21. That would fit. They don't think these things through. Up next, our next segment, recent releases.
Special shout out to our friends at Blue Microphones for these incredible mics that we use on the show. We use them every week. They're always flawless. And now that I jinxed them, they might not work. No, just kidding. Blue Microphones are awesome. We love them. Kicking off our recent releases is a game you may have heard of. Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Of course I mess it up. PUBG on the PC. The Battle Royale game has come out of early access finally, just as they promised it would. Not only did it come out of early access, it has new features. A new desert map called Miramar. Vaulting is now included, and several system optimizations. Try and see if you could be the last one standing and bring home that chicken dinner like our producer Lewis does very, very often.
All the time. This is awesome. I'm so glad it's finally out. I played a little bit last night. It is great. It runs way smoother than I remember it running. The vaulting system's really cool. I didn't get to try the new map yet, so I hope to get to try that this weekend, but it looks great. Congratulations to the team over there. I know they've been working their butts off on this game.
Congrats.
They've been breaking records left and right. So very, very happy for them. We have a lot of friends over there. So
do you know what the record was on release day?
No, I don't know what the concurrent is. I think we're going to find out. It was...
They had a forecast of like 2 or 3 million.
Oh, that's how many people bought it, right? I'm talking about concurrent players.
They have 30 million total
players.
Yes. Insane.
I wonder how many concurrent. So
what's even more insane, we were talking about this yesterday, is that this game is not free.
Yeah.
This game is not free, and it's crushing games like League of Legends or Dota, which are free.
Right. Brendan Green, who's Player Unknown himself, was on a podcast yesterday, and he said that they were expecting 3 million concurrent players yesterday.
Yes, I wonder what they hit.
So I wonder if they hit that or even surpassed it. Also releasing this week is Bridge Constructor Portal, available on PC and other platforms. Taking gameplay from both Bridge Constructor and Portal, this game allows you to combine aperture science tech such as portals and turrets, and combines it with bridge constructing elements. Very interesting, very unique. It looks a lot of fun too. It looks pretty cool.
How much is this game?
$10. $10. Yeah, that's definitely worth a try. Why not? That looks like a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me of Lemmings in a way, right? Remember Lemmings?
Yep.
I wonder if it's kind of like that.
Or other physics-based games.
That's neat.
But yeah, looks cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely give that a whirl. That's it for the recent releases. Kind of a slow week on there. Next up is Plug of the Week. Blatant Plug of the Week, sponsored by us. First, let's talk about our monthly promo. Our December promo is live. Cool PC upgrades and gear brings holiday cheer. Purchase select laptops and get your choice of a free $50 Amazon gift card or free Creative Sound Blaster H5 Special Edition headsets, along with free 3-day expedited US ground shipping and many, many other things. So check that out on originpc.com.
If you check out PewDiePie's blog post today, he also talks about our promo.
That's right, he mentions it at the beginning. I think he put 2 videos up today. So the first video, you can watch him mention and talk about it a little bit more in depth. So yeah, check that out. Our next promo is with our AMD items. Enter the world of extreme gaming with Radeon RX Vega graphics. You get Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, and Prey free when you select an Radeon RX Vega graphics card with your Origin PC. 2 awesome games for anyone that's into the AMD cards. That's pretty neat. Finally, game without compromise. Buy an Origin PC Eon 17 SLX laptop with an Intel Core i7-7700K desktop processor, and you get Assassin's Creed Origins and Total War Warhammer 2 for free, and that is courtesy of Intel. Thank you very much for that awesome promo. Check that out on originpc.com. Up next, we've got Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat.
Now it's time where we talk about what we've been Eat, Sleep, Game repeating this week. Brought to you by the Origin PC Gear Shop, where you can buy the awesome Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat t-shirt. Alexis, what have you been Eat, Sleep, Game repeating this week?
I've been playing Warframe. I've been hearing so much about this game for so long. It's a game I tried when it first came out. I wasn't too interested back then. I did play for a little while, and I found it really cool, but I didn't have a lot of people playing with me. Lately, I've been talking about Destiny 2 a lot to people, and everyone I've mentioned Destiny 2 has told me, hey, try Warframe out. It's free to play. It's really cool. It's just like Destiny, but it's got a lot more content. So far, from what I can tell, that's absolutely true. It is absolutely free to play. There's over 35 different classes to pick from, or something crazy like that. They have a ton of items. The world is humongous, so many different missions. I've only scratched the surface of this, so I'm really excited to give this more of a try. Look, there's fishing involved. Yeah, you can fly around. There's combat. It's really exciting. I can't wait to find some friends to play this with. Anyone out there interested? Let me know.
So
level me up.
Destiny 2 is squads of 4, right?
Yes, so is this, I believe.
It's the same thing, squads of 4?
Squads of 4.
Oh, I should squad up with you.
And it gets bigger. So depending on the content, so if you're doing a raid, it's like 6 or more people. There's a lot of people.
We need to squad up.
Squad up. What about you? What have you been playing?
This week I've been playing Wolfenstein 2 a little bit, because of course I need to beat my backlog. So I've been checking out Wolfenstein 2. Very fun game. Graphics are awesome. Super fun. But I've also been playing a bunch of games that I can't even tell you what they are, because I'm on the South by Southwest Gaming Awards panel.
Ooh.
So every year I get to be a judge and judge the games that become the finalists and then pick the winner. So right now we're in the phase of going from all the games out there to narrow down to the finalists. So I'm playing literally every game out there that I haven't played yet. Tons of different games that came out in 2017. I'm playing iPhone games. I'm playing games on Steam. I'm playing games on PC. I'm playing games on Switch, PS4, Xbox, everything. So I'm playing all these different types of games. Indie games, AAA games, games that are based on just narrative, games that are based on the music for different categories. So I really have a lot of homework. I have to play all these games. It's a hard life.
Yeah, right? What a tough life. Do you already have an idea of the games you'll be picking?
Yes. And I have a list of like 30 games.
Wow.
So like 30, I think even more than that, like 30 or 40 that I have to narrow down.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right, up next we got Check This Out. Thank you, Elgato, for providing the Stream Deck and capture card in our streaming PC. And Check This Out, we'll be talking about anything we've been checking out. This includes movies, TV, music, tech, gadgets, apps, software, etc. Kevin, what have you been up to?
I can't believe we're already on the Check This Out segment. So we have not tested this live. We don't know how it's going to work, but check this out. A friend of mine gave me this as a Christmas gift slash birthday gift. This is a drone from the wonderful people over at Propel. It's not just a drone though. It's a collector's edition Star Wars drone.
What?
It is the TIE Advanced X1 high performance battling drone.
It's wax.
This is the box. It's wax sealed because it is a collector's edition. This is just a box. Just a box, people. Right? But look how awesome this box is. Are you ready?
Yeah. What? It's got music?
It features your drone in all its glory.
Wow.
And it also has a speaker.
Whoa.
Lights up, has a speaker. It plays different scenes from the movies.
That's awesome.
And when you close it, it turns off. And when you open it, it gives you a different scene.
Oh, wow. That's bad. See, that's what I was hoping the Star Wars GPUs would have done when you opened them. Wouldn't that be the key?
Listen to this thing. And it goes on for like 2 minutes.
This is a rebel that surrendered to us. Although he denies it, I believe...
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's actually giving a full 2-minute scene from one of the movies.
He was armed only with this.
Oh, that's way louder.
Good work, Commander. Leave us.
So this is the actual drone.
Your search and bring his
The
companions
drone
to me.
lights up.
Yes, my lord.
The drone also has audio, so it'll play also scenes from the movie. I have it disconnected right now. And you can fly around basically as Vader, and people can hear Vader saying different things, or they can hear the music. And I didn't bring the controller, but the actual controller is quite large. It's pretty big. It has the Empire symbol on it, has a light up button on it, and it also has audio, and it has force feedback.
Nice.
So as you're moving it, you feel it. And it has a button for a barrel roll.
And you were telling me you have tried flying it,
Check
correct?
it out. I have flown it. I crashed it many times. But it has actually an auto takeoff button and an auto land button.
Nice.
So it helps you out. And there's also an iPhone app, an Android app. I haven't tried the app yet, but I've flown it with the actual controller, and then there's an app. If you do plug in that battery, it'll light up and might start spinning and chop your fingers off.
Oh, okay, let me not do it.
Let me do it right.
Can you fly it indoors, or have you only tried flying it outdoors?
I've only tried indoors.
Oh, okay, cool.
So now it's giving you the blinking LED.
Nice.
And then it comes with multiple batteries, and you just charge them in a little charging thing. And this case, the box is also something rechargeable. So
nice.
It never runs out of battery for the lighting and the audio.
And you can where can people find something like this? On Propel.com, I guess?
I'm not sure what their website is, but you can buy it on various other websites like Best Buy, Amazon, etc. And this was a gift, so I don't even know where it was purchased from. But there's a Rebel version, if you choose to be so weak. And then there's the Empire version, which is this amazing thing.
That is neat.
You can destroy
That's badass. Well, my check this out is not nearly as exciting as yours. I wish I would have gone first. My check this out is Bright on Netflix, which just released today.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, just came out.
Oh, that's
with
awesome.
Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. The story, from what I know, I've only seen trailers. I'm waiting to watch it when I get home.
Oh, I was gonna
but
say,
I'm telling you,
you've
check
seen
this
it?
out. Yeah, it's basically a cop movie, a cop drama, where in a world where humans and fantasy creatures coexist. So there's orcs, fairies, elves. The elves are like the high-class people in society, and the orcs are like the low-class people. And there's an orc who joins the police force, and he has to go through controversy and all sorts of stuff to make his way. It's like a regular cop drama, but like with fantasy characters. I'm super excited to try it. I've been reading the reviews, and they're absolutely awful, but that does not...
Really?
Yeah, that does not deter me. That does not deter me at all. I've heard from other people, like other people that I just trust out of movie knowledge, that absolutely love the movie and have told me to check it out. So I'm very excited to give it a whirl. I'll be watching it tonight. Hopefully I'll have a better, more in-depth review next time I'm on the show. But I urge you guys to try it out. I mean, it's free on Netflix. If you have Netflix, why not give it a whirl and let me know how it is. Tweet at me and tell me if you give it a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Is it a film? Yeah, it's a film.
Yeah, it's a movie.
It's a film. It's not a
full
season.
feature film.
It's not a season. Anything like that.
Full feature film on
like
Netflix.
Two
with
hours.
Like big name actors.
2 hour film with Will Smith.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. And now it's time for a break. After the break, we'll be talking with Zachary Witten from St. Jude Play Live, and later we'll be announcing the winner of the Star Wars GPU giveaway, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you guys for watching so far. Welcome back, and shout out to Intel for powering our streaming rig. It is time to chat with Zachary Witten. Zachary works at St. Jude Children's Hospital as the advisor for youth innovation. Zachary works very closely with the gaming community on St. Jude Play Live. If you're not familiar with Play Live, it's a global fundraising campaign where anyone can stream to help raise money for the kids of St. Jude. Speaking of money, Play Live has raised over $6.5 million and counting for the kids of St. Jude. Besides Play Live, you can find Zachary on Twitter, talking gaming and more. How are you doing this Friday, Zach?
I'm doing fantastically. How are y'all doing?
Doing great, man.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us today.
Thanks for...
So, Kevin, I want you to look up the people that made Bright and then decide whether or not you should watch it. It's made by some people that have made some terrible movies.
Really?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say some people that are caught up in some allegations. And,
Oh, God, yeah.
I was like, oh, no.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised. That screenwriter's been around with some people that have been caught up. So
Oh,
we'll see
really?
about it.
What other
Yeah.
films has that screenwriter made that you would know off the top of your head?
X3. So the
X3.
really terrible X-Men that actually got retconned.
Oh, no.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah. We'll see how it
But we're
is.
not here to talk about movies.
So much for that hype. Well, anyways, thank you so much for being on the show. First off, I just want to say Zach is an amazing person. If there were more people like Zach on this world, the world would be a better place.
Ah.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, guys. That's very, very sweet.
Alexis and I toured the campus. It's an amazing place. I had no idea that this much good was going on in the world in any single place. It was unreal. It was amazing. So we want to ask you, of course, tell us about working at St. Jude.
So working at St. Jude is a lot like working at Starfleet. So for those that don't know, St. Jude is a pediatric cancer research hospital based in Memphis, Tennessee. We've been around for, my organization that I work for is the Fundraising Awareness Organization. We've been around for 60 years. It took us 5 years to get the funds up and get the hospital going. So the hospitals have been around 55 years. We take the heart-seeker cases of pediatric illness from across the world. And when our patients come to us, the families never pay for treatment, travel, housing, or food. All of our research, all the breakthroughs, everything that we do at the hospital is freely shared. So about every 11 hours or so, we publish a paper on pediatric illness, which actually makes us the most published institution on pediatric illness in the entire world. We're actually responsible for half of all research done on pediatric illness. So if you will publish papers. So if you were to add up everybody else, their half, and then it's just us for the other half. We spend more on cancer research for pediatric illness than the U.S. government does. And all of that is paid for by the 10 million people that keeps the lights on, keep us going every single year. It costs $885 million to keep the place going. And we can't thank our donors enough for enabling us to keep doing this amazing work and helping all these families. In those 55 years, we've taken the overall pediatric cancer survival rate from, it was 20% when we opened, and now it is more than 80%. For certain types of cancer, we've pushed the survival rate for over 94%. So we've done some really, really amazing work. But yeah, it's like working at Starfleet, man. Like you walk in, you go around. The hospital is not like a normal hospital where it sort of smells terrible and there's this weird like gloom hanging in the air. It's this happy place. I actually leave my office on campus and go walk around the hospital to feel better about myself, feel better about what I'm doing. The parents are always smiling and happy. The hospital is a beacon of hope, and everyone in that building is either wholly dedicated to helping somebody or the whole world, or they're in dire need of that help. So it's basically just like Starfleet. It is an organization that is wholly dedicated to the betterment of mankind, and it's the closest you'll ever find to a perfect organization on this planet, I think.
Yes, well said. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's one of the things that I forgot about, but it was very, very impactful in that when you go to a place, any sort of hospital, you kind of expect of like, okay, you know, it's going to be like not comfortable. I'm not, you know, it's going to be maybe in a smell I don't like. Maybe, you know, I'm not going to want to be there. But it's the exact opposite. It was super positive. It was a super amazing place. Everybody was super happy. Everything on the walls was just something positive. It didn't smell like a hospital, like you mentioned. It didn't feel like a hospital. It just felt like a place that so much good was happening. It was just, it's indescribable. You have to see it. You have to go yourself and see it one day. But it's amazing.
And on that note, we do have public tours. If you go to stjude.org/tours, I think is the URL. Anyone can sign up for a tour. We're happy to let anyone see what the hospital's like, what we're all about, because we really are a hospital that has been built by the generosity of people. That $885 million, 75% of it comes from donations of $35 or less from individuals just giving here and there. And we can never thank them enough for letting us do this work.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you guys. The St. Jude Summit that we went to is one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. It was an amazingly fun trip. You know, first of all, we're surrounded by friends, so that was a great time. But then we learned so much about that hospital that I had no idea. I had no idea what I was walking into. I was extremely nervous. I'm kind of fearful of hospitals, just as a general thing. But I absolutely loved it. The whole facility was beautifully done. You can tell the kids I saw walking around were just happy. The extra stuff that you guys did for the kids there, the living facilities that you built for them was absolutely amazing. Each one of them with its own theme. It was beautifully done. It was so heartwarming. I loved it. Loved it. So nowadays, Play Live has been widely accepted by streamers, speaking of which, creators, and the gaming community. Would you be able to talk about the early days of Play Live?
So I'm not supposed to be doing this, if we're going to be perfectly honest with each other. I have 0 qualifications. I, in fact, have made up my last 2 jobs. And I should not be the one sitting here talking to you guys right now. But I am, because so the majority of St. Jude's digital fundraising comes in the form of what we call peer-to-peer fundraising. So you sign up, you set a fundraising goal, and then you do an activity. And for the most cases, that's someone like is going to run a marathon, or they're going to ride their bike a whole bunch, or they're going to do a walk, or they're going to do math problems with their kid, or have a triathlon, or all those things that end in thon. And the reality is that I am never going to run a marathon. I think that sounds like an untapped level of hell for me. My wife and I are not going to have kids. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that St. Jude wants to engage people with that I'm just not a target market for. And so it was actually my job at St. Jude when I got started to make those peer-to-peer websites. And I was like, why don't we build a fundraising program that caters to gamers like me? Like, if I'm going to sit all weekend on the couch playing video games, why don't you give me an ability to do some good with it? And at the time, Extra Life was exploding. A couple of the other big gaming charities that we all know and love right now were getting going and really starting to show some amazing results. And I went to my leadership and said, hey, I can build and code this and get it launched, and it'll cost us nothing to do. So let's give it a shot. And they didn't tell me no. I don't think they ever actually told me yes. They just never bothered to say no. And so I did it. And one of those things that I did, which is another one of those they probably should have told, like they should have stopped me from doing, but I did it anyway, was to cold call Twitch. Back when we were getting started about 5 years ago, Twitch was still spin-off of Justin.tv. Like, it wasn't even officially Twitch yet. All of their stuff was at justin.tv email addresses. And I looked up their triple B listing in San Francisco because they had an office there. And they had just opened up the office, and it was one of the executives' cell phone. I think people that know me know the story.
Wow.
So yeah, we cold called that number, thinking we would get like a front desk or something. No, it was not a front desk. It was someone's cell phone. Their assistant took the call, and they said, "Yeah, we'll call you back." And we were like, "All right, cool. We're getting blown up. That's fine. We'll just figure out how to do this. We'll do like a $50,000 program versus whatever we wanted to do." But sure enough, like a half hour later, we had an email with 3 of their executives tagged in that email, like, "Hey, how can we help you guys? What do you need?" And from there, the rest is kind of history. They set us up with some really amazing broadcasters our first year, since it was a new scene. And there were people out there, but they weren't nearly the volume or the quality, or just the broadcasting was still pretty new back then, so everyone was still kind of new to it. So we got in some really good people on the ground floor. They helped us out. That first year, we raised over $500,000. So right out of the gate, apropos of nothing, we raised $500,000. Next year, we raised $850,000. And the year after that, we were over $1 million. And this year, actually, so our first full completed year, we have raised more money than those previous years combined, plus some extra. So we did $3.4 million in the last 12 months, which is an absolutely amazing thing. And I say we, that's kind of egotistical and selfish. It's you guys. It's not me. It's the people that are watching, the people that are participating in the Twitch community. They're the ones that have fundraised. They're the ones that have done this good. I'm just the guy that helps organize it and make sure that the stuff works. So thank you to everyone that's donated, taken part, retweeted, watched the stream, put some emotes in chat, given the broadcasters some positive vibes. You've helped made it a huge difference for the kids of St. Jude.
Awesome.
That's amazing. It's crazy, the success you've had there. And, speaking of which, the bar keeps getting higher and higher. So you raised $6.5 million total, and half of that, I think you said, and just this last year alone. So what's next for Play Live that you can tell us about? What do you think is going to come next?
For us, it's just keeping at our foundational stuff, which is ensuring that we've got engaging programs for people to take part in, and we've got. Oh, what's up, internet? You're gonna nice. You're gonna be a jerk. All right, thinking it's.
You're there.
You're there.
All right. Sorry, it's a very nasty storm outside. So Comcast is being Comcast about it.
Oh, wow.
We hear you.
So yeah, so we're just going to keep with our foundations, keep going with the stuff that we know works. So our big prize season we have every May, that'll stick around. So we'll have some exclusive incentive options. We'll have actually a new mouse pad with some Origin PC co-branding on it that Kevin and I are working on. That'll get announced. It's probably closer to May. We've also diversified what we do. So we're partnering with other groups to sort of broaden our voice and broaden our exposure. We're partnered with GuardianCon, which is the big Destiny 2 community event down in Tampa. So we're going to be there. We're going to be the beneficiary of their 10-day stream. That leads up to that. We're working with Zeldathon again this year. Super stoked to hang out with those guys. They're always a fun group of people to hang out with. we will be actually diversifying sort of how we work with Twitch in terms of we're embracing other communities on Twitch. So traditionally, we've just been the gaming side of Twitch.
Right.
But this last year, we did our second year for a creative challenge, which takes place in the holidays. So we encourage people to do non-gaming related content on Twitch. So music, arts, crafts, baking, whatever they want to do. And they actually, this is first time you guys are hear this, they've raised over $100,000 in the last 2 months in the creative community on Twitch. Twitch doesn't even know that yet.
Wow,
That's
that's awesome. Exclusive information.
Yeah.
That's a huge increase from last year. Last year we did $30,000. This year we've done over $100,000.
Wow.
So the Twitch
Very
community
cool.
is amazing. And then sometime we're looking at potentially February or potentially in summer, depending upon when we get our incentives in, because we're going to do some pretty cool incentives for this. We're going to do a month-long love letter to traditional games. So encourage all the people out there that are doing role-play streams, that are doing Magic the Gathering streams, or any sort of traditional board or card game or role-playing game to embrace Twitch and get to do some streaming stuff and get up with that. So we're still talking with some partners about how that's going to work. We haven't quite nailed on the dates yet, but that's sort of what we're looking for. It's sort of a not changing what we do, but broadening the scope of the things that we touch. And actually, here's a fun little announcement for everybody that's watching. It'll get announced after Christmas, I think. But we have the last of our swag from the 2017 prize season. We need to move it along, get it to some homes. So the Origin PC Jumbo XL huge table-sized mouse pad that we did for you guys.
Awesome mouse mats.
And the Play for More Than Bragging Rights tumbler and the Play for More Than Bragging Rights t-shirt that you guys are wearing. All three of those will be available in a bundle for anyone that raises $100 throughout the entire month of January.
Oh, awesome.
So,
Sweet.
go to playlive.stjude.org, sign up, and if you raise $100 between January 1 and January 31, you'll get one of those bundles. So traditionally, that was a $300+ level fundraising tier back in May, but because we want to make sure that we've got space for all the new stuff for next year, we need to get it cleaned out. So we're giving a special incentive for the month of January.
Sweet. I can see a
That is
bunch of people
awesome, man.
doing that. Yes, that's
$100
awesome.
is a pretty easy goal to reach, even if you just ask friends and family members to donate. It's beautiful.
Koozie.
Very cool. Yeah, right. So let's
Okay,
move
speaking
on.
of which, we're all Twinkies.
Oh man, yeah, look at that.
Triplets.
Yay.
The triplets.
Let's talk about streamers and content creators. What are your thoughts on the growth of streamers and content creators this past year, or just in general? Moving on.
It is the new standard for entertainment. It is an entirely new way to engage with people and have interactivity be brought into the things that we know and love, which is gaming and TV. Because it's not just gaming anymore, right? Like Twitch does the NBA.
Yeah.
Like the more things that we consume as a community on services like Twitch and YouTube or Mixer or even Facebook. Heck, Facebook is getting into the game hard and heavy. I've heard that they're tossing out contracts to people left and right to get exclusive streaming rights to certain broadcasters. So yeah, it's been an exploding, crazy year. I think there's been some very interesting developments in terms of how the industry is viewed by the larger ad industry, I think is what I'm trying to say. Because all this is paid for by advertising, right? Like this is essentially like TV or radio or whatever. It's all ad-based to keep it up and going. And advertisers have pushed really, really hard into the space, and it's been fantastic. And I think you've seen the rise of groups like OPG, so the Online Performers Group, so Mead's group, where he's managing higher-end broadcasters to sort of push them to the next tier. I think you're going to see that happen more and more and more and more. And I think that's great because it turns what was just a hobby that people made money at into something that's professional and something that people can do sustainably for an extended period of time. Because right now I worry about broadcasters burning themselves out, streaming 70 plus hours a week, every single week. It's not healthy. It's not good. And I'm hoping that if we're seeing anything this year, it's that the industry is maturing and that people will be able to sort of like maybe turn the heat down like a couple notches so it's a slow simmer and not like a boiling boil that's going to spill over onto your oven. Because I don't think that where it was going, that a lot of people that we know and love in this industry would have sustainable futures because it's so intense, man. It's so intense
Crazy.
And isolating. And we needed to have this sort of cooling period to mature the whole thing. But then, like, you've got the flip side is like the one thing that scares the pants off me sitting where I sit, and you guys too, is the FTC disclosure stuff. Like, we don't know where that's going to land. I tell people on a pretty regular basis that this industry is about 3 big lawsuits away from being truly solidified. Like, the disclosure stuff is curious still. Certain types of payments are still weird. There needs to be some legal intervention to sort of give us guidelines that aren't changing every other tweet, but as the FTC stuff was. And until that gets sorted out, I worry that people will always be finding loopholes to sort of exploit the system, and that's never a good thing.
Yep. I mean, it's still a very new space. I'm hoping all those kinks get worked out. Even though we've been around it for, a few years now, it's still in its infancy. So we'll just see it grow and get better and hopefully more fine-tuned. But I'm with you there.
Yeah. We had an interesting situation where we had a broadcaster that was tweeting about their business that they owned from their own account, but it was a separate business from their primary account. So if you have a broadcaster that's got a bunch of followers and they tweet about a business that's not associated with their primary account, is that a disclosable thing? Do you have to disclose that? Because you own it, but it's separate legal entities. So what's up?
It's weird. Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
That's an interesting one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of all these platforms, you have Twitch, you have Mixer. Put you on the spot here. In terms of features and community, what would you like to see Twitch and Mixer bring to the table? Anything in mind?
I actually have pretty regular conversations with all of the platforms because thankfully St. Jude's name gets me through the door more often than not. Like if I say, hey, I'm the guy that runs our video game fundraising program from St. Jude, a lot of people will actually respond to that email, which I'm blessed to have that opportunity. But really, the thing I tell all of them, the thing that, at least from my perspective, the charity side of this business needs is consistency in terms of how people donate. Because right now there are a half dozen, if not more, different platforms to take donations and for people to do live streams through that aren't related to the platforms that actually are hosting the live stream itself. Perfect example, this week we had a group that raised almost $10,000 for us, a pretty big YouTube group. They were going to do their live stream and have the donations processed through GoFundMe. Well, GoFundMe takes a pretty significant cut off of transaction stuff, so we had to went about another service, and the thing could have been solved if YouTube or Twitch or Facebook or Mixer had a built-in donation system that we could easily hook into. Like if there was an ability to be like, hey, here's our donation API, feel free to use it.
Yes.
And I know that they all want to get there, but I also know that all of them are still burning hundreds of millions of dollars on development to get their platforms to have the features that we all want them to have. And so I know I'm on the list for all 4 of those shops, but I also know that the stuff above me on that list is pretty significant, and it'll take a while to get down to me. But that's really what I always repeat. Like the thing that I really want to see is the ability for people to straight up not have a special hashtag in their channel name, but to be able to cheer with bits here on Twitch and then have that pass directly to a charity, or to be able to say, hey, we're going to do a subathon, but this month I'm going to donate all my sub revenue to XYZ charity. Because right now, when someone does one of those sub events, they're great, but if they could not donate a cent and their community would have no way of knowing because there's no actual pass through.
Yep, that's how we do it. All our sub proceeds go to you guys, and it's very...
So sub right now!
Yeah, exactly. Sub away!
But it's a manual process on our end.
Yeah, it's a manual process on our end. So we get the money from Twitch, then we have to pass it on through Tiltify, which is where we do it now. But still, if it was fine-tuned where we could just hit a button and say all this money goes to St. Jude, how easy would that be,
I know, right? It would, and the thing is, I think Amazon will be the one that gets there first, because with Smile, they've got a built-in repository of 36,000 charities. And I think Amazon is going toward the notion of removing the silos from their individual sub-companies like Zappos and Fabric.com and Twitch. And sort of like as they all kind of blend together, you'll see better uses of the data systems that Amazon has on the back end to facilitate things like that. How about some inside baseball, kids? I'm sure this is a fascinating stream.
So let's see, where are we at? So going back to St. Jude, how can people get involved with Play Live? Like, how can they sign up? Where can they do this?
So everything you need, you can find at playlive.stjude.org. Or you can also follow us on Twitter at St. Jude Play Live. Don't follow me on Twitter unless you want to have completely nonsensical tweets come at you, because I'm not my work Twitter. The work Twitter is at St. Jude Play Live, and the website is playlive.stjude.org. It's about a 3-minute sign-up process. Basically, name, email, set up your page, you're good to go. And once you're set up on the platform that we use, which is Tiltify, you can come back and create as many events as you want to. We've got different themes about every month that we give you different things to fundraise around. So back in November, December, it was the Creative Challenge where we were giving away Switch aprons, which we're the only place you can get those Switch aprons, by the way.
Yeah.
And you have 2 days left if you want to raise $50 for St. Jude to get an exclusive purple Twitch apron. All you have to do is raise $50 at playlive.stjude.org. Yeah, just keep an eye on those feeds, keep an eye on that website, sign up. Once you're signed up, you get put on our email list too, so we send you an email about once every 3 months, so try not to spam you, just tell you what's going to happen during the next quarter. And yeah, just pay attention to what's going on. If you see people tweeting at us or using the hashtag St. Jude Play Live or tweeting at St. Jude doing stuff that's in the charity space, let the St. Jude Play Live account know, and also retweet it, spread the word. It's gotten to the point where for some of the diseases that we treat at St. Jude, the only thing that's going to really solidify the cure are more patients, because certain types of brain cancer, certain types of bone cancer, certain varieties of leukemia are so rare that when we get patients, when we think we have a treatment, if we only have one patient a year, there's not enough to actually build the scientific evidence to back up a new protocol. So having awareness of everything that's going on at the hospital, letting people know that we exist and that we're here to help them, that's super, super important. There's at the top of every page of the website is a donation button, but before that is a referral button, and that referral button can honestly be more important than that donation button if it gets someone to the hospital and we can save their life. So just because you can't be involved in the donation process, the fundraising process, doesn't mean you can't spread our message, which actually saves lives. So there's that speech.
Awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask, if you're not a streamer or content creator and you wanted to do some sort of fundraiser, is that something that's available, that you can find information on that?
Oh yeah, man. Like I raised $500 last year with a evening of Mortal Kombat and my friends. So we didn't stream it. We just invited people over. We had like 8 of us, and we basically did donation bets on every single game.
Nice.
So like, I bet that you can't take this guy, and if you do, I'll pay up. Or I bet you can't double like flawless him right now, and I did that. That was one of the high points of my life. I double flawless him, dude. And he had to donate $100 right there on the spot. So we just went back and forth doing stuff like that. If you're running like a regular board game night, set up a fundraising page, send it to your friends that are involved with your board game night on Facebook. Say, hey, this Friday or this Saturday, whatever your board game night is, let's try to raise $100 for the kids of St. Jude. Everybody tips in $20. We'll get there right off the bat, and then whoever wins the game this weekend will give you the shirt that you get for raising $100 from St. Jude.
Sweet.
So just because we are built around gaming and we are built around the streaming industry does not mean that's the only way you can support us. And also, if you just go to search for stjude.org and then get involved, I think is the link on the page. There's literally hundreds of other ways to get involved to support the kids of St. Jude and support the mission of St. Jude. We have 36,000 events every single year. So that means we have a little less than 100 events a day. So wherever you are, whatever your interests are, there's ways for you to get engaged and support the kids of St. Jude and support our mission.
Very cool.
That's awesome. I'm learning a lot of stuff on this.
I know.
We have a game night that we do here in the office. We haven't done one in a little while. You know, busy
really
during the
good,
holidays. But we used to do it about once every week, and we should do something like that where we all pitch in, and we do like these social deduction games like Avalon and whatnot, and you know, you never know who's lying, who's not. So we need to do some wagers during the game. We'll do some wagers.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Like small little dollar bets are a great way to do that. Just give out people poker tips and be like, I bet you that you're lying right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Kevin loves poker. The more you can turn any game into poker, probably the more Kevin will love it.
That's true.
Exactly. but then we'll donate it all at the end. So I don't know if we're going to be able to top that double flawless, but what's a Play Live highlight that you can mention from this year that any Play Live highlights?
Real quick, there's a question in chat. Sorry, I'm also watching chat on the side of the window. A question about a hackathon thing. If you actually go to the Get Involved thing, I think there's a way for you to ask those questions to the people that know a better answer than I do. So hit up the St. Jude Order website, look for the Get Involved section, and I think there's a question for like, hey, ask a question about an event, and they should be able to help you out. That goes to our donor services team, and they are awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, sorry, what was that question again? I'm back now.
So, what Play Live highlights can you mention from this year? I mean, you did your double flawless highlight, which was separate from Play Live, but what Play Live highlights maybe you can mention that maybe top the double flawless? I don't know.
I mean, Guardian Con raised $1.9 million
huge.
That's
last
crazy.
year.
That's so good.
That's a pretty good double flawless. They nearly paid for an entire year of the hospital by themselves. Those amazing Destiny.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
Sinfully Riddling, man, do you know Sinfully Riddling,
Yeah.
Meg?
Yep.
Like, she is 20 years old. I think she turns 21, or did she just turn 21? No, she turns 21 next May. She's a 20-year-old kid that has the biggest heart I have ever seen. Her community raised, like, she personally raised like $36,000. Her community did like 63 on top of that.
That's
I
awesome.
wish I was as good of a human being as Sinfully Riddling is.
That's crazy.
I wish I was as awesome and warm and incredible as she is. We had a whole new generation of broadcasters come through the program this year. Too many to name. We have raised more money during the May Prize season this year than we ever have before. And the majority of the people that was raising that money were brand new names. Dude, Lolis Jr., the Dark Souls streamer, you guys know him?
Yep.
Heard of him? Yeah.
He came in and just like he had he was supposed to come to Summit, but he had some travel issues, and he just dealing with like busy life stuff and contract obligations and whatnot. And he's like, "No, I'm going to do this." And he shows up and he raised $60,000 in a weekend. He just rolled through Dark Souls like, "All right, guys, old classics. Let's roll through every single Dark Souls game," and it was insane.
That's so cool.
A Zelda-thon. Oh, last Christmas, my wife hates me for this, but I left the day after Christmas last year, went to Erie, Pennsylvania for 10 days with the Zelda-thon kids, and they raised $383,000, which was awesome, even though they are in a terrible hotel in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, those guys are crushing it too. So,
Yeah, man.
So awesome.
Yeah, they do a great
Yeah,
job.
they're about to have another stream for Direct Relief, I think, here in the next, I think right after Christmas is their next stream. So totally go and support those guys. They're awesome people. They pick some incredible charities to work with, and they should get all of your love.
That's awesome. Zach, let's veer away from all that talk right now. Personally, going to you, do you have any favorite games from this year? What have you been playing?
So I'm actually really bad at gaming right now because I think World of Warcraft is better than it's ever been. And
You
because I
love
travel
WoW,
so much,
man.
whenever I come back, it's always like, what do I want to do? I want to go sit in LFR and have a cocktail and just be silly and stupid and WoW. So that's probably like my game of the year has probably been WoW again. But
How many years in a row?
I don't know, since launch. I had to unsub a little bit when I was traveling after college, so I didn't get the Metal Thrall statue, but I've been subbed since then. The Assassin's Creed Origin was fantastic mechanically and visually, and I've had a blast with that game. It tripped on its own feet at the very last quarter of the game. Just had too much story to wrap up before it could finish it.
Right.
And so that's kind of, it's great, but oh man, if only it's like the ending. What else came out this year? I haven't played Wolfenstein yet. It's sitting on my coffee table. Got it on Black Friday. I haven't played Nier. Nier's the next game I'm going to play. Nier Automata.
I hear
Next
that
game
one's
I wanna
amazing.
play, this year. So that's sort of like my hopefuls, I guess, are more than what anything else. God, what else? Let's open up my desktop and see what's sitting on my desktop that I played this year. Oh, look, it's WoW, Skyrim, Path of Exile, and Warframe. So, yeah, I'm playing a bunch of brand new games right now.
Some great titles, though.
Some great titles, indeed.
Yeah.
So, I have a two-part question for you. First part of the
Okay.
question is Star Wars Last Jedi, thumbs up or thumbs down?
You don't want to talk to me about this, Kevin. I've seen your tweets. You don't want to talk to me about this.
So thumbs up? Because I'm a thumbs up.
He's thumbs up.
I
You can do
I
thumbs
like
up,
you
there's
too
no
much
problem
as
with
I like you too much. I want to. I don't want to muddy these waters.
All right, so your thumbs up. So my actual question was, what are your favorite movies from this year?
Dear Lord, what came out earlier this year?
Star Wars.
Transformers: The Last Night.
Oh, yeah?
Surprise pig?
No, not at all.
I was like,
wow. I actually fell asleep during the last 40 minutes of that movie. My wife woke me up because I have this weird thing where I buy all the Transformer movies for some stupid reason. So I picked it up on Black Friday, and I fell asleep during the last 40 minutes, and she woke me up right before the credits happened, and I realized I hadn't missed anything at
Yeah.
all.
I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm good.
Missed anything.
We stumped them with this one.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disappoint you, and I just want you to know that I dearly love you, but I think Star Wars is probably my favorite movie.
I loved it too, man. I love that movie. I thought it was great. I think we're kind of split here at Origin PC. Half of us loved it, half of us hated it. There's no one that's like in the middle. It's a love or hate it thing, which is cool. That's good. Are there any games or media that you're looking forward to for next year?
I am a big wait and see kind of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been going to E3s for 15 years now, and I've seen so many games and gotten super excited for them, and have them come out and just let me down. So I'm often like to the point where it's like I see a trailer and go, "That's a cool 3-minute YouTube section."
Yeah,
that's not going to be an actual game.
No.
And I just zone out until it actually releases. I actually have gotten to the point where I have stopped pre-ordering games entirely, just because I used to pre-order hey, look, what's sitting on my PC? Here's a nice, it's the Songbird from BioShock Infinite's Collector's Edition when that came out. And again, like that was also like a game that I was super excited for that let me down.
What?
And so
BioShock Infinite let you down?
It did. It did.
I wasn't too into
I thought it was one of the best stories ever of any game.
Yeah, I will give you that. I'll absolutely give you it. Had a really cool story. It was told with emotion, but the fact that I had to shoot everyone in the face without any explanation sort of bothered me.
Yeah.
Like at least in the first BioShock, you had the justification that everyone in Rapture was insane.
Right.
Yeah.
But not everyone. Like people in Colombia were just like people in Colombia. Like you were just shooting cops.
Like who's this guy?
People that were like trying to stop you. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you shouldn't be here. This is wrong. You just shot my friend. And it's like, well, I'm going to shoot you too, guy.
That's funny.
Violence is like if the Thief games taught us anything, it's that Ken Levine does not need violence to solve problems, and the BioShock Infinite really crunched hard on violence. So
True, very true.
Actually, even though you guys sent me the questions ahead of time, I had answers. I've totally spaced on all the answers.
I'm with you.
I know what my favorite. Well, here's the thing. I did not like Breath of the Wild, which is something that I get that face everywhere I go, and I say that. I actually have a dear friend of mine who was in my wedding party who does not speak to me anymore because we've had such strong disagreements over Breath of the Wild.
I'm still going to speak to you, but...
But what I was going to say, Sonic Mania may be my game of the year for 2018, just because I have... In the longest time, I feel that games have lacked just like pure unrestrained joy, and that game is made of pure unrestrained joy.
Yeah, for sure.
I played that with my wife, and I've loved the crap out of it. I realize it's because of context of playing with my wife, but man, it was super good.
So, yes, this has been very, very educational interview because I've learned a lot of things.
Not going to talk to me anymore.
No, I still want to talk to you because actually I've learned that anything that you hate, I will like. Anything that I like, you will hate. So if there's something I haven't tried yet, I can just ask you, and if you like, I hate it, then I'll be like, cool, I'm gonna like that.
All right, so here's the bet. Which one of us likes Bright, and which one of us hates Bright?
Here's the question.
Here's a little secret about me. I have a huge love affair with all of those terrible Underworld movies.
Yeah.
And so I'm willing to forgive a lot of like urban fantasy trope stuff. And I'm curious if I'm curious if we'll both like it, or which one of us will like it or hate it, or if we'll both hate it.
Yes, who will have a thumbs up or thumbs down on that out of the three of us?
I'm on the same boat as you. I love those crappy films, so I think I'm going to enjoy Bright a lot. I guess we'll see later, though. All right, final question.
There was a Underworld movie, wasn't there? There's an Underworld movie that came out this year.
Another
Was there
one?
one?
Yeah, like
like
6
last
months.
February.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
every year there's 2 Underworld movies no one knows about.
So, last question from me. What do you enjoy most about PC gaming in general compared to other forms of gaming?
I'm sitting in a very comfortable chair in front of a 34-inch 1440p ultra-wide monitor next to a PC that I built myself, with literally every single good game ever made at my fingertips. It is the magic box out of which comes memories and emotions and dreams. How could you not love PC gaming?
Wow.
Well
that was
said.
a good answer.
Nice,
That's
yes.
one of the best. We're writing that one down. We're going to knock that one in.
Took it home with that one.
I know, seriously. Well, Zach,
I
that's
mean, the
it,
only-
man. The
Yeah, I was going to say the only real downside to PC gaming is that I have to, through nefarious means, acquire my old Super Nintendo games on it, but that's about it.
nefarious means.
Yes.
Zach, that's it, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We always do this with our guests at the very end. The floor is yours. Anything you want to talk about? Where can people find you? Where can people learn more about St. Jude Play Live, etc., etc.? Go for it.
Yeah, so it's just playlive.stjude.org for the website for more information about what we're doing. You can follow the main account at St. Jude Play Live, so it's STJUDE Play Live.
Post that in chat, Lewis?
And do it.
I was asking Lewis to post it in chat.
And just a reminder that the last day for donations for your 2018 taxes will be will be the New Year's Eve. So don't forget, if you want to make a charitable donation to St. Jude or any other charitable organization, the last day for your taxes will be New Year's Eve. And that is actually the biggest fundraising day in America, because everyone likes to go, oh crap, I've got to donate to zero out my taxes. Everyone donates a whole bunch of money, which
That's
is
awesome.
like the second Christmas for charities all over America.
Nice. Let's do it. New Year's Eve party. Everybody, boom, donate.
Donate.
Yes.
Clear out the taxes.
And I will say this, St. Jude Play Live is not the only gaming charity out there. There are amazing organizations like Extra Life and Stack Up and
Stack Up.
Supply Drop and Direct Relief and Able Gamers and Gamers for Giving and Game Changers. There are dozens of really awesome gaming charities you can support out there. So if it's not us, if we're not your fit, that's totally cool. But I guarantee you there's someone out there that can totally use your help. And if you got a channel and none of those uses your fit, start your own, man. I guarantee your local spay neuter shelter or your local homeless shelter or whoever has a PayPal address that you can point some donations at, and they'd love to have your support. So this is an amazing platform for good that Twitch has built, and it's up to us to use it for the best of its ability. So
Awesome.
Thank you guys very, very much.
Thank you, Zach. Happy holidays. Have a great weekend. We'll see you around, bud.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Zach.
See you guys at South.
Yep.
See you
See you
there.
soon.
All right, up next, Zach's always awesome.
Yes.
Up next is Ask Origin PC. We hope you've been asking questions throughout the chat. If not, start asking them now. Let's do it. Something's going on with transitions. They're so fast. All right, first question comes from Pilocter. Is that how you say it? Pilocter 15. Quick question. I'm buying an NZXT water cooler because I like the infinity mirror, but I also want to buy Corsair's RGB fans. Can I use both fans in one of the build, or will it cause problems or be hard to be controlled? Honestly, I don't have experience with those two together, but I don't see that there would be an issue. Usually all those things are pretty compatible with every other thing, so good luck to you. That's awesome. Highly recommend watching the how-to YouTube videos if it's your first PC build, just so you're extra careful, but yeah, I think it should work fine. Next question. What are your guys' daily routine? Oh, that's an interesting question. I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, no, I eat breakfast, drink coffee, brush my teeth, get dressed, check my phone for Reddit news, Twitter news, regular news, and then I come here to work.
And then every
Pretty
day at
simple.
work, it's different.
Yeah, and then every day at work is something, a new project. Actually, every day I'll come in with a game plan, All right, I come with a game plan, like I'm going to do this today, going to do this today, going to do this today. I come in, and they're like, "This is happening." It's like, "Oh no!" The game plan's down the
We
down
gotta
the
ship
chute.
this. We gotta do that.
Yeah.
We gotta post this.
What about you, Kev? What do you got?
When I get up in the morning and when I come to work, I'm on my phone before I get in my car and I'm ordering Starbucks on the mobile app. Then there's a Starbucks right next to work. Hit Starbucks, driving to the office, and then every day is different. Yep, we see what's going on. This week we've been focusing a lot on CS planning. CS planning, shipping out PewDiePie his PC,
Right.
getting ready for this show. Every week is different. It's awesome.
Yeah,
There's always
it's pretty
something
neat.
cool and interesting to work on.
Next question from Scorching Zarky. Origin PC, what should I learn when making a decision over a processor? Essentially what you're going to use the processor for. If you're more of a gamer, then you got to look at the standard line from Intel or AMD. So that would be either Ryzen or just the i3, i5, i7s. If you're someone that does heavy duty CPU processing stuff, such as video rendering, if you're doing photo rendering, or if you use like CAD software or any of those architecture softwares, then you're going to want to look at the Intel Extreme line, which is the multiple cores, or the AMD Threadripper lines, which is the multiple cores. So that'd be your first step. From there, it's just if you're on the gaming end and you're gaming, kind of maybe older titles, or you play a lot of MMOs, some things that aren't that CPU intensive, then the i5. Find out your budget, then you can go with the i5 price range or the lower Ryzen models. But if you're someone that streams and does some content creation and you game all the latest and greatest games, you're going to want to look at the i7 or the higher end Ryzen CPUs. So that's the basics. I hope that answered your question a bit.
Yeah, my take on what should I learn when making a decision over a processor. You pretty much said this, but yes, the very first thing that I would boil down is find out what you're going to use it for, as far as, do you need a single core or low amount of cores with a high frequency, or do you need a lot of cores with a lower frequency? Because you answer that question, and then that's going to guide you into which processor and which chipset you want to go with.
Yep.
But first you need to know, what do you need, frequency or cores?
I think this next question is meant for you, Kev.
Origin PC, what is your opinion on the Switch? The Switch is awesome. I think pretty much everybody in the marketing department has a Switch.
Yeah.
We all have gaming PCs, we all have consoles, and everybody has a Switch, and we love it. We bring them into the office, we play during lunch. It starts up so quickly, the content is amazing. Zelda Breath of the Wild, game of the year. So gaming PC is number one, Switch number two. Let's just say
definitely.
that. There was one
It's
more
great for
question.
travel.
Yeah, great for travel. When
For
we're on
sure.
the planes flying to CS, I'll be playing the Switch. There was another question earlier. Lyric or PewDiePie?
Ah.
The answer to that is yes. Next question.
Yes. Someone in chat asked, pancakes or waffles? Who's a favorite one of ours?
Pancakes.
I'm waffles. The pancakes and the waffles. Why do you like the pancakes more?
I don't know.
I'll tell you why I like waffles more.
Why
I
do you
love
like
the taste of
waffles
both.
more? Yeah.
Because the syrup stays in the little holes. And I love the syrup. I love maple syrup. But it stays in the crevices of the waffle itself.
I like
It's just
pancakes
delicious.
because you can make them small and a little crispy around the edges.
Ah,
Perfection.
I like that.
Cookies or brownies?
All right. Ooh, cookies.
Cookies or cupcakes?
Cookies. I'm a cookie
Cupcakes or brownies?
man. Brownies.
Exactly. Cupcakes are dead last because
Cookies,
they're so messy.
brownies, cupcakes. Yeah, they
They're
are.
so annoying.
No, and they're only good at the top, and then you get to this does like
Yes.
a bunch of breading at the bottom. You're like, oh, well, I already
Important stuff
You know
here.
the important stuff.
Everybody's really, really dying to know
I know.
about that. They're not dying to know about the Star Wars GPU, right?
Speaking of which, up next, let us announce the winner of the Star Wars GPU giveaway powered by PewDiePie and Lyric.
Pew, pew.
Here we go. The winner from Portugal, right? I think it was Portugal. I didn't send that information to you, but I'm pretty sure it was from Portugal. So one of our first worldwide winners, all the way from Portugal, Metla Murphy on Twitter. Or is it Metal Murphy? Metal Murphy on Twitter, who will be receiving the NVIDIA Titan XP Jedi Order GPU. Congratulations, Metal Murphy. So here's how that's going to work. We're going to contact Metal Murphy after the show. He has 48 hours to respond. If he does not respond within the 48 hours, we will choose another winner, send out another email, so on and so forth until we get someone that responds. So, Metal Murphy, congratulations to you. If you do not respond, then good luck to whoever the next winner is. Thank you guys all for participating in this giveaway. I believe that's the last giveaway for 2017, but early 2018, we have a massive worldwide giveaway coming up. I believe we've talked about it already, but I don't want to mention it yet. We'll just wait for the announcement to happen. So good luck to each and every one of you on that next upcoming worldwide giveaway. Thanks again for everyone that participated. Congratulations to Metal Murphy. Finally, up next, we got Post of the Week. Ba-ding!
Post of the Week winner.
And now for the Post of the Week. Last week's Post of the Week topic was, you're on the naughty list. What's the worst gaming-related product you'd get for the holidays? You guys had lots of horrible gaming-related products to get, but we would only pick one of those as Post of the Week. That would be Dan Hanchaz via Twitter, right? Or via Facebook, I'm sorry, who drew an image. He actually made an image himself. This was a limited edition gaming toaster or gaming post-it notes. Fantastic. I love the fact that you made your own image with the hashtag OriginPCLive on the image. Congratulations, Dan. That was very creative, very awesome. We absolutely loved it. We're going to get the prize to you via email. Please reach out to us to claim your prize so we can send that to you. Let's see. Kevin, what's the next week's topic?
Next week's topic for Post of the Week is, if you could pit any two video game characters together in an all-out brawl, who would it be and why?
Who?
So are these guys facing each other, or are they together?
Facing
in
each
a brawl?
other.
Okay, so they're facing one-on-one. Any two video game characters one-on-one. Examples include Pac-Man versus Dig Dug, Doom Guy versus Duke Nukem. That'd be good.
Nice.
Or The Last Dragonborn versus Link. Oh,
very cool.
Make sure to use the hashtag OriginPCLive with your response. If you want to be creative with images, video, GIFs, etc., you can. We'll be picking the winner of the Post of the Week in next week's episode. Good luck.
Good luck. And that is it for the show. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. What an awesome episode. One of our longest episodes, I think. That was really cool. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for following us as always. Make sure to follow OriginPC across all social media. Happy holidays to those of you celebrating it this weekend. Kevin, any final words?
Thanks for tuning in. Happy holidays, and see you guys next time.
See you, friends. That was a long episode. It was awesome.
Yeah, Zach had a lot of good answers.
Yeah.
S'il vous plaît.
I don't think we're muted, Louis.
S'il vous plaît. Hey, hey, no. Yes, yes. Look at me in the eye. Fashion smile. Turn on that child. Sashay by. Hey, no. Feel nothing. Cold as ice. Act like tomorrow is when you die. No. Feel nothing. Roll the dice. Hit the diamonds out the sky. S'il vous plaît. Rise and